is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Parks and the expansion for Parks, Nightfall. So, this was a game that I bought purely off of its artwork, and I believe that is exactly what sells this game. Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. This is definitely some of the most pristine and gorgeous art I've seen in a board game.
I just saw that Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it's weird because they do different art styles. Like, some of it's definitely very, very realistic, and then others, they go a little bit more minimalistic, or, definitely, more cartoonish.
Illustrative.
But yeah, there has not been a single, piece of, art that I'm just like, ew. Whoever because it says the name of the artist, right?
I'm sure that's what that is.
Yeah, Claire Hummel, Nicholas Delort. Claire Hummel, So
I was just checking for any
the
repeats.
Telegram Paper Company.
I was gonna say,
There's another Claire Hummel.
Yeah, so they just did a phenomenal job, and I like it when games do that. It has a Magic the Gathering vibe, where it has the name of the artist of the card art. So with that being said, what do you guys think of Parks?
I liked it.
You liked it? Mm-hmm. I got this mainly for you. Because I know you like games like this. Same with Flourish.
What if I was like, this is terrible?
You're like, this game sucks. I'd be like, well, getting rid of it.
I hate Parks.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
Art, like you said. I like the simplicity. It's very fun, though. You still have to look at what you're doing and be like, oh, wait, someone's there. Do I have the campfire for that? Just little things. Keeping track of your resources.
Yeah, you pretty much described this entire game. It's not bad.
I liked all of it.
You liked all of it? Brett?
I think it's fine. I've played it several times, and every time I've gone, it's fine. I don't have any problems with it. It's not great. It's not something I look forward to, but it's if somebody wants to pull it out and play, I go, sure, let's do it.
Yeah. If this game...
That's the mechanics. The beauty is beautiful.
That's exactly. If this game did not have the artwork to basically bring this game up, I'd be like, I don't really care. Yeah. The mechanics, they're fine. They are solid. It has that same kind of idea where you can go so far as you want, but you can't go back. But I feel like it's less critical whenever you have two hikers to make up, because you can just be like, boom, I'm gonna go all the way to the end because I really, really want this park, or I really want this equipment, and then I'll just make the other guy. I mean, you risk everyone else going ahead of you, but no one else is gonna jump both their hikers. Yeah. So then there's never really a risk to just send one of them all the way there and then just have your other one go as slow as you want.
Except you just collect fewer resources because you have to stop at each place once.
Yeah,
not even every place.
Yeah, but it's not, I guess, meant to be kind of that cutthroat. It's just if everyone happens to be done and you only have one hiker left, and it's like, okay, well, let's just. And I like that. I like that part of the whole thing. I don't really much care for the two hikers because I feel like both hikers slow this game down quite a bit. Especially when two people are done and they're just sitting around waiting for one person who happens to have both their hikers, and they're like, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here. And then you kind of leapfrog over each other, and it's just like, yep, you are doing that. Oh, okay,
because typically the person who finishes first is because, at some point you can't leapfrog. If you use your campfire early on, you can't leapfrog. You have to go... Or sorry, you can't...
you can't go where someone else is.
Yeah, so you have to do a massive jump, and you're like, okay, well...
Right. All right. And, I mean... It's fine. There's nothing about this game that I dislike. Right. It's just, once again, I think that they mask up a pretty simplistic game with gorgeous art. And that's what everyone talks about with this game. No one ever really talks about the mechanics. They just talk about how beautiful the game is.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but tell me about the game. I don't wanna. I want to keep telling you about the art, which I get. That's the whole reason why I bought this game, was for the art.
Yeah.
Because if someone were to ask me, oh, what is the game about? I'm just like,
Yeah, I mean, well, and even then, before we started doing this review, my friend was asking me about it, and I wasn't telling him about what the game was. I was showing him pictures
Yep. Yep.
of this because the Nightfall expansion is a welcome change of pace because it actually gives you a reason to go after some parks because you at least get a reward. Oh, I'm gonna get the Arches National Park. That lets me get another endgame upgrade.
Well, but the end games are also tied to the set.
Yeah.
So the base game has a whole different set of end game goals.
Oh, you're right.
For that purpose.
Yeah. It's funny enough. The end game objectives kind of have the same idea as Wingspan. Mm-hmm. Those end game kind of things where it's really all about set collection.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what the end game. But that gives you something to strive for. But yeah, I kind of like the Nightfall ones because it's like, man, I got one that's all about holding wilds. I'm not getting a bunch of them right now. I'm going to get this one, which will be 3 points. And then I also get a new one. And I'm getting a bunch of trees. Yeah, that works out for me. Or in the very first game we played of this, where I happened to get 2 preserver cards, and I just had I think I had 10 of the wilds, and they were worth 2 points each because I had double the end game.
Yep.
But yeah, I think really what comes down for me on this game is it's too long. For what you do, it's the same kind of thing I said with Splendor. You kind of just go through the motions. Here, you obviously have a little bit more to think about in terms of where you're going to place your hiker.
Yeah.
But still, at the end of the day, Kat described it. Yeah, you just kind of get resources, the same resources, to get really a park that the resources don't really mean anything.
Right.
You're
It's just
just look at the points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I mean, obviously admire once again the artwork.
There was when we were first playing this, just to learn it. A lot of mine was just like, I'm gonna get that one because it's pretty.
Right, and I can see a lot of people doing that because this game is not worth.
Oh yeah.
Okay, if I do this, I can do this. It does have some of that, which is nice.
Once or twice a game, that kind of comes out, that kind of strategy.
Yes.
Most of the time, it's just this looks like the next good spot.
Right. Oh, I can buy this park. I'm just gonna grab that one, which is kind of what I did during the run through. I happened to get these 2 equipment, which made a lot of my things free.
Yep.
So it's like, boom, I'm going to go there. Okay, this one's free. Or spend 1 resource. Yeah. And, I mean, granted, you have a stack of equipment, so thank God that this isn't going to be like a staple of it just so happens that in the run-through it did. But, so there is quite a bit of variety with the equipment, so I like that. But I mean, still, they all kind of do the same thing, except it's a different resource. Oh, instead of going to the tree location, you can get 3 sunlight, or you can get a wild.
Yeah. Or if you can afford it, grab 2 parks.
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of like, the binoculars. There's a bunch of different binoculars, but it's all for the 4 different types of resources to get a bear, or to get a wild.
Right. But which fits the theme really nicely, but mechanically. It adds just enough to the game to make it feel a little strategic, but it's not a deeply strategic game.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's interesting. I actually want to hear your thoughts because when we were playing this earlier, you brought up Splendor. What makes you like Splendor over this one? Because for both of those, for me, you are kind of going through the motions. There's not a whole lot of deviation from the same thing you do round to round. In this one or in Splendor. And you said this one was okay, and I know you like Splendor a lot.
Okay, so...
You're like, okay, idiot, that was a dumb question.
No.
Aw.
No, it's just, I hadn't really thought about it, so let me put my thoughts together. One thing I do like better about Splendor is I played it more, so I'm more familiar with it.
That is fair.
So it's more automatic. And I think the fact that it is simpler makes it more strategic.
Gotcha.
Because there's less randomness changing things.
Fair.
There's a specific reason to hoard certain types of resources. You have goals all set out. The only randomness is when a card comes out.
Yeah.
It's new and, wow, that was easier for you. I wish I'd had that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes, you did bring that up. This game does kind of have that because there were multiple times where cheaper of the cheaper parks were coming out that it's like, oh, wow, it also requires trees and sunlight? Well, not for me.
Yeah. Or I was going to grab a card and this one. But then another one came out that was easier.
Yeah.
Take that, and then I can take more.
Yeah.
I would liken it a lot more, at least mechanically, to Tokaido.
Okay.
Which I don't think that you've played.
I have not played Tokaido.
Okay. Tokaido is, again, moving things along a path, getting in each other's way, collecting resources. It's strictly set collection.
Yeah.
So this has a little bit more going on.
Yeah.
As far if you like Tokaido, I'd say you're probably going to really like Parks.
Yeah.
And you're really going to like the art because that's another selling point for Tokaido.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's other games that we've played, and it's not Tokaido, but Takenoko, where it has the end game deck where it's just like, oh, let's flip it. Oh, wow, okay, I just auto complete this. I hate auto complete points because it's like, well, that's not fun for literally anyone except you. So, because I can't imagine it was too fun watching Parks just keep coming my way just because I got these two at the very beginning of the game.
Right.
And it's like I've done nothing since then but just wait for trees to come out and then, oh, okay, I'm gonna go to that spot and get a mountain because now I just need one mountain, and it makes it so easy for me to do. But I mean, once again, the art's just so good. it's amazing. Yeah. Honestly, I'm really flabbergasted by.
And the wild critters, they're all different.
They're all different.
Shapes,
Yeah,
laser cut.
It's
wood.
aesthetically nice. Like the game is really meant to kind of, I'm assuming, just bring information to national parks.
I love it.
Because I think these are all parks in the U.S. Yeah.
And purchases, they donate a portion of profits to the National Park Service.
Oh,
yes. Yeah, I remember seeing something
because
about
like
that.
everything
On the back of the box.
Oh, okay.
If nothing else.
Every like piece
Yeah,
of
for each
art
box,
is
yeah.
very much like a postcard,
Oh yeah.
and it
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
okay.
I hadn't thought of that.
makes me want to go. Yeah.
Oh, a donation goes to the National Park Service. That's really neat.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, for people who actually, because I've never been to a single park.
You've never been to a national park ever?
Nope.
Well, now it's like you've been to all of them.
I don't have to. I can just
Yeah.
I'll just make a collage of just all of these. No, I have not. I don't. I've been to quite a bit of museums, but
Been to
I'm not an
at
outdoorsy
least-
kind of person.
yeah,
either.
exactly. I mean, I would probably be more inclined to go visit national parks than I would.
Museums.
No, I love museums way more because it's a lot more interesting. To be completely honest, every single time we read one of these, I was like, I immediately forgot what you said about that park.
Yep.
I forgot the title because once again, you're looking at the points and the art and not really the name. But for people who do, because I know I have a friend, him and his wife, they make active trips to go visit national parks. And it's like, oh, great! You're like the theme of this will probably jump out to you more than it does me.
It'd
But
be
yeah.
awesome for people to be playing this while camping in a national park.
Exactly, doing stuff like that, or being able to be like, oh, we've been here, and reminisce or whatever. But for anyone looking for, I mean, this is definitely a gateway game, without a doubt. But has a little bit more thought than some gateway games that we have played.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, while playing it, I wasn't like, fucking come on, like can we just quit?
Yeah.
But and then this is a game.
Yep.
It's not a bad game, but definitely not one that I'd be too keen on bringing out all the time. But it's the same. I mean, Flourish is another one that I'm not like dying to play a garden game.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, let's just play this before we play a heavier one. Stuff like that. You guys got anything else to talk about? I know there's really not a whole lot for this.
Which is fine.
So, what's your favorite park? I forgot to ask you.
Oh.
That you got.
That I got, I don't know. Voyageurs is
That
really
one
nice
is really
artwork.
pretty, yeah.
And so Canyonlands, also the night scene.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as artwork or as far as...
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
a
much.
nice
That's what we
little
went with.
Kings Canyon probably,
Say,
just
that's
because...
really pretty.
Yeah, just because it reminds me of some of the animated shows I'm watching.
Oh, neat. That one, it has a little bear in it. And another bear in the... Yeah. Eric Tan. Yeah, the artist fucking killed it. Alright, so... Oh, actually, well, let's talk about Nightfall real quick.
Yeah.
Because we really just kind of talked about the parts. The parks. So Nightfall basically adds, of course, more parks. And it added tents that you... which I actually do like. That is like... The memories thing makes me so mad. That was just my bad for not paying attention to the Kickstarter. But I hope they do make it more expansions that add more strategy and depth to this, because you can, obviously.
Sure.
They added the tents that it's like, oh, instead of doing this action, you can take it and do something over here to get you a bonus. What do you guys think of the Nightfall expansion?
I think it's good.
All right, cool.
I think it's good adding another option
Yeah.
on another reason to go and visit, but then it's a little more frustrating because then I want to do two things and I can only do one.
Right.
And,
But you can do two things because you have two hikers.
right, except if somebody else is parked there.
Right. Yeah, but I don't know. I liked it. It gave you actually some thought than just doing yes, I will say I also like the fact that they shuffle those tiles each season. Because if they were the same,
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, dear God.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm just going to keep doing the same step, but because it's
Yeah.
shuffled. Like, at the very end, I really wanted the parks one to be ahead, and it was the very end, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I guess I'm just going to get 2 parks this time.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. I think it fit really well. Like, it was just definitely.
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah, definitely. As a gateway game, this brings it up half a notch in
Yeah.
strategy and,
Yeah.
and mechanics.
Yeah, it
So-
doesn't fix anything. Parks is a great base game, and Nightfall just adds pretty much more variety.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So when you get tired of the base game, you've
Yeah.
got more, and they were probably. I'm assuming there'll be more coming out.
I hope so. I think you can definitely do quite a bit of different variations that add different modules
Sure.
to give you that layer of depth versus just kind of just doing a set collection thing. So, all right. Well, with that being said, on a scale of 1 to 10, we'll go Cat, Brett, and me. I
It
think
is
Cat will probably be
very,
higher.
very structurally sound. It got no complaints for me, so I'm gonna give it a 9.
9?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right, Brett.
And I'm thinking this whole time. I'm thinking there really is a big division between the game mechanics and the artwork production.
Yeah.
So I'm rating them separately. So I'm going to say mechanics 6, not
Okay.
bad, but nothing special.
Like above average.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Art 10.
Yeah.
So 8.
8. Yeah, this art is just so good. But then I try to bring it into other games that also have phenomenal art, that also have mechanics that back it up, and I'm thinking Everdell.
Mm-hmm.
And Everdell has gorgeous artwork as well, and it's like, or Scythe.
And
Scythe's art was built around its art. And that's a 10 out of 10 game for me. So I'm sitting here and I'm just like, yeah, the art, once again, is so good, but I can only look at it for so long before I'm like, but I'm still playing a game.
Yeah.
At some point. So it gets a 3. No, it's like, wait, what? No, I think I'm at a 7. But yeah, art is a 10 if I were to rate them individually, and then kind of I'm at a 5. So you were saying 6, so then the art brought up 2 points for you. Mm-hmm. It bring it up 2 points, so it's a 7 for me.
Gotcha.
Another expansion like Nightfall that added maybe something else to think about could easily bring it up to an 8. So what was it? 9, 8, 7. Yeah, cool. So that's our thoughts on Parks and the expansion Nightfall. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.